of the eternal gospel. The eternal gospel is first prophesied by the prophet, and then the angel confirms in heaven at that time, the time before preparation for the Exodus. And this is done with two witnesses. The sealing of the 144,000 at Jerusalem and their exodus with the remnant occurs after the gospel of the kingdom has been preached to the entire earth. The three angels in the prophecy are confirmation of two witnesses on the earth prophesying. Once the gospel is presented to the earth by the prophets and the Exodus occurs, then the judgments begin. After the 1260 days, these are the same three angels who come out with Christ to reap at the end as a matter is established by 2 or 3 witnesses. Revelation chapter 11 verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. And this is seen when you look at the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 19, verse 15, about the required for establishment of a matter. It says, one witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity, for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall the matter be established. And here is the gospel preached for the end as a testimony. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Make note here that the testimony of 2 or 3 in the prophecy confirming this gospel of the eternal kingdom will first begin with 3 angels' messages in the prophecy confirming the 2 prophets' message. First, confirming the everlasting gospel of the kingdom of God, and then the fall of Jerusalem, and then the end comes with the judgments. Here's the 3 witnesses in heaven. Revelation chapter 14, verse 6 through 9. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach to all that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear God and give him glory, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of the waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So what we see here is at the point of the preparation for all the people of the world to hear from Jerusalem the gospel of the kingdom being preached by the prophet. It's confirmed in heaven by the angel. And then there's 2 warnings with that Jerusalem has fallen, Babylon has fallen, and that she will have judgment. And then the warning to everybody, if you take the mark of the beast, you will be put into the lake of fire. This is what the warning is. And then the wrath comes for 1,260 days. Revelation chapter 11 verse 3 says, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. And this is the same time of the warnings. The prophesying confirms by the angels for those 1,260 days the fulfillment of those things that are done in heaven with 7 angels. The prophesying of the plagues and the trumpets for those 1,260 days. Christ returns with those 3 angels and confirms that wrath at the end of the 1,260 days. First, we see Revelation chapter 14, verse 14 through 19. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. So we see here Christ. In verse 15 it says, and another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And then another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar which had power over fire, and he cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. So first what we see is we see the eternal gospel being prophesied by the prophet, confirmed by the angel in heaven, and then 2 more angels confirming the wrath, and the plagues of prophesied over the earth for 1260 days by 2 prophets, confirmed in heaven by 7 angels for 7 trumpets and 7 bowls. And then you have at the end of the wrath 3 angels coming out with Christ to confirm the reaping and the winepress of the wrath of God, which is the cup of his indignation. And this is how the prophecy gets fulfilled in the end. And it's confirmed by multiple witnesses, by first prophesying of the prophet and confirmed by the angels in the heaven. And this is the prophecy of the eternal gospel.